Yanni Perez as he caught Mares leaning down.
Yeah, Yanni did some good things in this round. I mean, but Mares cannot afford to have his back against the ropes. I mean, this is a seasoned champion in there. He's gone the tough 12-round distance, and he knows this is not an amateur fight. He has time to do his work.
Gone 12 rounds in his last 2 fights, including that great 12th round knockout in South Africa. Now they really exchange punches. Perez keeps coming. Mares swinging wildly. End of the second. And don't forget, get the inside track with Inside NASCAR. Features highlights and driver profiles with new episodes Wednesday at 10.
In the last round, Yanni Perez, we thought, got his footing a little bit in this round. And this is an example of him, even though some of those punches missed, he lands the big right hand, and where you said Mares shouldn't be.
Yeah, he didn't take that punch all that well either. As soon as he got hit, he grabbed with both hands.
And in the end of the round, Mares landing body shots and both men trying to work on the inside.
You got to do the same thing that he's doing.
Danny Zamora, the trainer for Yanni Perez, 20-0, 14 KOs, the champion, defending his title for the first time against Abner Mares in white. And Mares lucky to be here. This is his first opportunity to fight for a world title, but he almost had one a few years back, but it was derailed a few days before.
Supposed to fight Jerry Penalosa, and he got a detached retina, and he was off for 11 months because of it. And more importantly, they told him he would never fight again. Obviously, he healed, and he said maybe now he's more prepared for a world championship than he would have been then.
As he sees better out of the eye now during his time off. As he tried to figure things out, he worked as a security guard to help feed his family.
You know, everyone has said that Abner Mares might be the best young fighter without a championship. And no matter what happens in this fight, you see evidence of that early. He's a very good young fighter, and he's helping to create a great fight here against Perez. There's that hook by Perez. It just didn't quite get there.
Yeah, but he's getting close. I mean, the pressure that Yanni is applying right now is really getting to Mares, I believe, because he came out this round and ran for the first beginning of the round.
And Antonio, it looks like Mares is getting into a bad habit of leaning over.
Well, I don't know if it's a bad habit or not. I mean, he's probably feeling the leather from Perez right now. And he's a young fighter right now fighting a tough, solid man. He's 24 years old. This is uncharted waters for him.
And remember, when he had those kind of flurries and those kind of great starts against other people, they folded. Exactly. That's not going to happen with Yanni Perez.
Not tonight.
Yeah.
Nice three-punch combination by Perez.
He just doesn't stop, does he? He is like the Energizer Bunny. Perez will keep punching and keep going.
He prides himself on being so well-conditioned. Perez.
This is fun, huh?
It certainly is, on the ropes. There's another left hook followed by a right hand. Tried to step over, pushes off, lands an uppercut.
And a lot of fighters feel that they cannot be effective once their back is against the rope. That's not true, but you got to get down so you can get leverage. That's a nice uppercut just landed for Mares inside.
That's one of Mares' best weapons is the uppercut. He can throw it with both hands. And this is great inside action, and Mares coming back in this round now.
Since the very beginning, Mares has been determined to go to the body. Now he backs up, and Perez comes forward.
And whoever thought that this fight could resemble Marquez Vasquez?
Well, you know, this is the kind of action that we saw from Perez and Agbeko in that great fight. And wow, nice right hand by Mares.
End of the 10 seconds remaining, end of the third. And look at it, toe-to-toe. Oh, big right hand by Mares. And Perez shakes it off, and that gets this Staples Center crowd fired up. Felix de Jesus will translate in Mares' corner.
Throw a little harder. You're doing a good job. Let's get some loud ones in there. Okay. Breathe in a little deeper.
Good job. Good job. Hey, You're ahead because you're being smart. Sometimes you're getting a little careless in there. Okay? You falling into inside without moving your head. You just run into a straight right. You get a punch.
Let's go. Breathe in.
Start the rounds. Be smart. Moving around. Make a miss and counter. And when you're inside,
From a power standpoint, it's the Perez left hook that's the most important for him. And here he tries to get one in, and it lands, but not perfect. But then the right hand from his opponent is the most important punch. And that one doesn't quite get in for Mares, but he's been landing some big overhand rights during the course of this fight.
At the end of that round, Perez landed the more devastating punch over in the corner.
I agree.
And it was a solid right hand.
Yep.
Great action in the first 3 rounds. This is the 4th for the IBF world title.
Wow.
And look at it. Left hook by Perez.
No elbow, no elbow.
I tell you what, Al, you can throw the punch chart out the window for this fight.
Man, I mean, they are, you know, both men so active, so many combinations. It's really amazing.
Ooh, quick short left hook by Perez, and that backs up Mares.
The difference here in this fight, I feel, Mares has landed some good punches, but he hasn't really shook Perez. When Perez lands, it takes a toll on Mares. That left hook landed again.
And Mares has outlanded Perez 109-69 in this fight, according to the sports media punch chart. But the Perez punches have been hard.
Both fighters in a great rhythm from the very beginning, giving and taking. Perez, another left hand. Mares backs him up in the corner. Mares using his shoulders, using his elbows, going behind the elbow to the body.
Both men, you don't see both fighters using uppercuts so much in a fight as these two men have.
Oh yeah, Perez using the uppercut to the body and coming back up with the beautiful combination.
Oh, and there's Mares with a double uppercut and hook. I mean, the punches is coming fast and furious.
Folks, it feels like you're watching a fight from the 1940s. These guys with the great exchanges here. No tying up, fighting inside. And that's what we fully expect to see in the next fight as well.
Yeah, Wayne Hedgepath has not had to break them much at all, because when they're on the inside, they're working and working hard.
Yes, they are.
You know, it's ironic. We're talking about the 31-year-old Perez thinking maybe his level during this fight will go up instead of down, instead of the 24-year-old, which is odd. By the way, we talked about Perez getting a late start. It was because not only of his amateur career, he was in the Colombian military from the age 17 to 26. That's what made him start late as a pro. He's having an impact on Mares. Antonio, you made the point about a round ago. Mares is starting to feel the power of Perez.
I believe he is. I mean, he's going to the body, and that body attack will weaken you in the middle of this fight.
7 seconds remaining in the 4th round, scheduled for 12. And it's been fun so far.
Talk to me. How you feel? Good? Feel good, baby? Hey, you gotta listen. You gotta throw and move. You gotta work and move.
We see that Perez attacking and throwing those combinations, and Mares, for the first time in this fight, moving.
But there's Mares, the younger fighter, putting those combinations together.
The punch chart, interesting. And we see that Mares landing more punches. He's been busier, but Perez's punches arguably a little bit stronger.
And you see the difference in the power punches, 244 to 193 for Perez.
Fifth round, scheduled for 12. Perez, the champion, in black. Mares, the challenger, in white, red, and green. And Yanni Perez was very interesting when he said, yeah, I didn't want to fight Abner this early, but fighters have to fight good fights. It's how you get great fights, and that's how you make money.
Definitely how you make money. I mean, either one of these fighters, win, lose, or draw, can be proud of themselves. And Yanni charged his manager with the crime, double dipping. You can't double dip in boxing.
Well, we should point out, for the sake of fairness, that Ismael Mares is not a very active co-manager with Yanni Perez, and he does have other folks involved, but still, he's listed as a co-manager, and that's an interesting situation. And you know, Mares had, well, all the while we thought Perez did come back in that fourth round. It's not as if Mares has not been throwing punches. He's still very active, and now he's just moving more in these rounds.
Yeah, you know, what are the judges looking for? Perez has definitely pressed this fight. He hurt. He's laying some good shots right there. Mares is just not, when he's running, he's not looking good.
Right, and he's done that the last round or two. The first couple of rounds, he was aggressive. But he's facing a man that punches back all the time in Yanni Perez.
Perez showing so much confidence in our fighters meeting. Yesterday, he said, I know this is a job, and I have to go out, do my job, and feed my family. I fight for my family, and I don't care who's in front of me, they will not take my title. Perez in the corner. Mares leaning in, looks like he may be a little winded here in the fifth.
Keep your punches up. Keep them up, Perez. Watch your head.
42 seconds remaining in the fifth. And now you're seeing the stamina of Yanni Perez. He keeps moving forward. Mares trying to move, punches getting a little wider, hands coming down.
All right, break. Stop punching, step back.
And there's a difference between using angles and just moving around the ring, and that's what he's doing now, just moving to kind of buy time.
Yeah, I knew early on if they kept that pace up that it would be a fast fight. Mares needs to do something to slow Perez down.
What do you do, Antonio, to slow him down?
You got to land a punch that hurts him.
Fight Camp 360 inside the Super 6 World Boxing Classic returns Wednesday, June 2nd at 11 p.m.
Stay close, they show up. Oh, bam, 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 bam. Eh?
Use your jab and box, okay? Don't stay in front of him. Use your jab and box.
Let's go. Vamos. Y tienes que despertar, campeón. ¿Lo quieres o no lo quieres? Okay, vamos. You can't let him bully you like that. When he's inside, you gotta step in. You can't let him work. Okay, let's go.
Show score, Lance Pugmire of the LA Times has Mares ahead by 1 point. Salazar has Perez ahead by a point. And Steve Springer from the ESPN LA.com has it for Mares. So they like the activity of Mares. Salazar, by the way, from FightNews.com. They're liking the activity of Mares, but I would bet you that the last round is going to be scored for
keep it clean.
For Mares.
I have Johnny Perez up by 1.
So do I.
Mares warned for his head bobbing, leaning over. The referee feeling that there's a possibility for a potential headbutt. Now some blood trickling from the bridge of the nose of Mares.
And I noticed when Mares is throwing his combination, his chin is there. It's right there. He's not tucking his chin, so we'll keep an eye on that.
And part of the reason, according to the punch chart from sports media, Mares has landed 149 punches to 118 by Perez. Part of the reason for that is the first 2 rounds, Mares landed so many punches. So you score boxing matches by round. So that's why you have to understand just the numbers don't tell you necessarily who's winning each round.
Exactly. Absolutely right, Al.
Yanni Perez, last few rounds, feels like he's starting to try to overwhelm Mares with his strength.
Now Mares is still throwing those good left hooks down to the body, and that's important.
It doesn't seem like Mares has the snap or the steam on his punches that he had early on. We'll see if he can find that second win and get reunited in this fight.
Perez not known, though, as a big puncher.